It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, I think. I'm just so impressed with my little cabbage here. They're starting to form a head. I need to wash that out. I was messing with something yesterday and I got some dirt, some soil down in there. My bok choy have seeded. No, broccoli rabe. They went to seed. And so I'm leaving that so I can collect some seeds. I have my tiny tomato right here. It's my first fruit of the season. I have some tomato in there. And this lettuce looks so good. And so does the red one, Merlot lettuce. And of course this lettuce is getting too warm for it. See this tall spike? So this one I'm gonna have to pull out soon. I don't need to save any seeds for the lettuce because I bought so many lettuce seeds, so I'm just gonna pull those out and compost them. At this point they're starting to get bitter. Kale is looking amazing. We've been using that in smoothies. The cucumber is starting to latch on. I just put these on yesterday and almost immediately I was just like, oh, it's already grabbing on. And I really didn't put it there. Oh, look how cute. Ooh. Tomatoes. Strawberries didn't do anything for me this year. The few fruit that I got over here didn't do anything at all. The few fruit that I got on the side of the house, the bunnies or what have you, got them. And I think I see my first sign of the cabbage looper. I see what looks like some poop right there. And if I look up, I see some damage on some leaves. So I'm gonna have to look for the cabbage worm and get him. Awesome. Over here, I still have plants that need to go in the ground. These are sunflowers. I think I have about 3 in a cup here. These are zinnias. I think these are the giant ones and these are the regular ones. I'm happy to see this is a white because I actually specifically need white flowers. These are delphiniums, which I have to plant. These I have to finish my front garden walkway. That's a one proven winner plant, one. And it was so tiny when I got it. But I'm taking care of it. These are the snapdragons that remain. I gave away some, and some of them when I transplanted them, they didn't take very well because I didn't separate them. They were just clumped together and I just didn't care too much. It was too many to manage. My lemon balm. I don't remember what tomato this is, but I'm pretty sure this is a shimmer. I need to give that away or put it in the ground. This I got on clearance. It's a beautiful pink peony. I think I paid about $12 or $13 for it. I've always wanted one and now I finally have one. These I got on clearance. They're about $4 each. I'm actually going to divide them. There's 8 there, so I'm going to divide them into half and do my walkway with them. So I would have a beautiful line of plants lining the walkway on the upper level. Here I have these that are kind of a drought tolerant plant. They need to go along the walkway as well. And I need to get on top of this, which I believe is happening this weekend because it's the only time I have to do it. These are my planters on the top deck. On the side here I have some coleus, which if last year is any indication of what they will do, I'm looking forward to it. Beautiful plants. And a matching one over here. So the yellow-orange plant is a calendula. Then I have my mixed coleus on the side. And then the, I don't remember the name of this petunia. but I ordered it online over the winter from Proven Winners. And my lemon tree is looking beautiful. So is my lime tree. And apparently my ginger rhizome is doing something. I'm gonna have some ginger, looks like. Probably the wrong pot to put it in, but you know. Here is my lemongrass, or as I like to call it, fever grass. These chives, I need to cut back these blossoms before they drop seed everywhere. And there's hardy geranium. There's actually 3 tubers in there. I need to separate them before it becomes one. Here at the side of the house, we have our Veronica Royal Speedwell. The poppy is come and gone. The lilies are budding up. They're about ready to put on their show. And these are the poppy seed heads. And some bell peppers. These I started from seed. And this one I did not start from seed. I actually bought those. This is a hot pepper. I had to buy some because my hot ones didn't come up very well. This is an overwintered pepper. It was planted out here last year, and my peppers didn't do really much, so it was not much bigger than this one right here, and I brought it inside over winter, and I kept it alive, and it did well. It flowered the entire winter and did not give any fruit, but then when I put it outside, the flowers, you know, kind of, you know, got pollinated, and there's so much pepper on there now, it's kind of weighing it down. It's actually touching the ground. My hydrangea, which I think I'm gonna have to pull out, I see no life coming out of that one. I think part of the problem was, and I had to butcher this plant right here to see if I could get the hydrangea some light, and the one right there, I had to butcher that one too. But it doesn't seem to be doing much of anything right now. So that pepper that I overwintered, I actually took it from this spot last year, and so far these are doing better than that did last year. Like, this is actually flowering already. The other one just sat there last year. Here's another hydrangea that I might have to dig out, so I'm gonna have to do it sooner rather than later so that I don't disturb the root of the peppers. This clematis came and went, and it was a beautiful show. I don't know if it'll bloom again later on in the season, but it was beautiful. I planted some sweet peas, and it looks like they're gonna do something. It took forever. I planted them on St. Patrick's Day, and they're taking their slow time to do anything. I don't know. So these Asiatic lilies are about ready to open. The ones on the front are open. These are the regular day lilies. On the same side, I have the fig tree. My neighbor gave me a fig tree, so now I have another one. She said it has not, well, she said it did fruit, but she ended up having to chop it back real aggressive because it was too big for her space that she had in the house. She gave it to me because you buy them small and you think you're good, and then they grow and you're just like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? The roses are fading. So pretty though. And this pink one, which smells amazing, is almost done blooming. Almost. And these Johnny jump ups, as we call them, are still hanging on in there, but they prefer it cool, so they're not doing all that hot. I do need to fertilize it and water it, which is actually what the problem is at this point in time. So here on the front, I forget what these are called. I think Coreopsis, but whatever it is, I love it. It's just a happy, bright color. And these are the primrose plant, which are somewhat fading. This place was so beautiful with color. It still is, but it was, you know, much more prominent a couple of days ago. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And the Canterbury bells, they have come and gone for the most part. But now they're starting to look like this, and I cut them back. And those, I've never grown them before. I started from seed last year, and they bloom on the second year. And I'm not sure if they're going to bloom again later on in the season, or if I just wait until next year. And look at these lilies. Whew. Beauty is her name. And I put some of the coleus out here. When they get tall, I needed an accent of red and chartreuse in this section. Oh, and this rose was fantastic. It's the only bloom we got, and it was huge and it was big, but it's pretty much faded already. Maybe I'll get one over here on this side. I completely forgot about it and didn't spray it. The bugs got me this year. Like, this rose bush is like, they decimated this bush. Just decimated this bush. So pretty. One of my favorite parts of the garden. And here is a calla lily that was given to me by a friend, and I can't wait to see what it does. And here is another lily that was given to me by my sister for Mother's Day several years ago, and I planted it outside after it was done blooming, and it continues to bring me some joy and some flowers. This is a lamb's ear. I didn't think about the fact that I didn't know that it grew this tall. I didn't even know that it had flowers, but I suppose that's how you get seeds, when you get flowers. So as soon as it's done blooming, I'm going to chop it back, and I actually want to save seeds because I would love to put a whole drift right across here in the front because I love that soft silvery color. And look at the blooms. And look at this. Heuchera coral bell. And look at the blooms on this one. And my salvia has pretty much come and gone. It was a beautiful drift of purple. Beautiful, beautiful. And my pansies are still hanging in there. They love the cool mornings. Love, love, love the cool mornings. And it looks like my hydrangea, yep, it's putting on bloom spikes. Looking forward to seeing that show. Lady's mantle. And another kind of coreopsis. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm still waiting for my white marigolds to do something. I just scattered some seeds in here to see if I could get like a whole section, a whole clump of them to grow, and we shall see. And I did eventually put in the glads right here. I put in a cluster here, a cluster right in there, and a cluster right over there, and another cluster over there by the edge where I was earlier. And I have to cut this back from this iris, which is done blooming. And look at that. This is the clematis. I guess this is the late bloomer clematis because they just started opening up, and I love it. And another thing in here I'm waiting. This is a beautiful blue delphinium. I love the leaf texture on it. And my lupin, it bloomed and now it's done and it looks gorgeous. And I'm gonna have to cut it back, I think. I have to look at whether I'm supposed to do that or not, but I think so. Look how bad my roses look. I can't wait for it to be done blooming so I could cut it all the way back. And here go the white Asiatic lilies. They're not open yet, but I look forward to that show. And one of the new additions to this area, which I can't, well, yeah, down here you can. These are, down here are the Autumn Joy sedum right here. I have 3 of them right behind this. There's actually one behind the roses itself. I forgot how big this rose bush got, so yeah. Probably a mistake on my part, but I'll fix it. There's still a few things I want to move. Like these pots are gonna move and I'm gonna put them back there because they prefer the shade anyway. The shade doesn't come to this back part of the garden, the sun rather, until probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I think these would appreciate it because when I come home, as pretty as they look now, when I come home, they're wilty because the sun is too intense. So I am going to move them back there, and I want to put some kind of shrub right here, and I need to put a shrub back there to take up that space. There's actually a hydrangea back there, but the hydrangea is not loving life in that spot right now. It's just very late to the party compared to all the others that I have leafed out. And this bush I absolutely love. I don't remember what it's called, but I love it. I love the variegation. It blooms very small yellow flowers when it finally does bloom. This is